forward, when I became 57, and after some traveling and stuff like this, I decided to ride my bike across the U.S. Solo. And I am a goal maker, and I told my uncle, 97-year-old uncle, I mean a 93-year-old Uncle Alan, I said, Uncle Alan, I'm going to ride my bike across the U.S. He said, stupid idea. You're not going to make it to the first day, then you'll fly back. That is stupid. Well, thank goodness for Uncle Alan, because he was the one that challenged me. And I thought, you know, every state line I call, Uncle Alan, I made it past Idaho, I'm past Colorado, I'm past Kansas. And so he would laugh, and he would tell the family, oh, she's still on the way. So the first mountain I went is Santiam Pass in Oregon. And I don't know if you've ever been there, but it is a big mountain, especially when you're out of shape. And someone had a road race, a running race, that probably the day before, the day before that, and someone had painted motivational messages all up the mountain for their mom on the side of the road. And so as I was riding in the rain, I looked at those and took them on. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh. Way to go, Mom. You're doing great. You can see the end. You're amazing. And so it kept me going. And I got to the top of the mountain. The sun started shining for the first time. And I looked down. There was a quarter at my feet. I said, this is a good sign for a good trip. You know, I only had like 4,200 miles to go. Anyway, so the next thing I did was, next story I want to tell you is about when I stopped for breakfast once in Day City, Oregon. And it was a really tiny restaurant, and there was a huge man and a real thin man sitting at one of the tables, and I guess they saw me with my bike and trailer pull in. And the one guy said, little lady, why don't you join us? And I said, okay. And I'm not little, but anyway, and so he said, you know what you need? You need a motor on that bike. I want you to write this down. Are you writing this down? And he told me all about what I was supposed to go buy. Didn't. But anyway, and he said, you know what? You're not going to make it at all. You're no spring chicken, you know. And I said, I'm going to be a lot springier at the end, or Colonel Fried Chicken. And so the next thing I want to tell you about is the time that I got scared. People usually ask when I tell them I've been bike riding, I biked across the U.S., were you ever scared? One time I was in Louisiana and I was at a motel and I heard on the news that there was a prison breakout. That didn't bother me, but the next day, helicopters all above the woods where I was riding. I thought, oh no, okay, what are you going to do now? Hot shot. And I would look to see if there was houses in the distance, so that I always had a plan where I could jump off my bike, let them have the bike, and go to the house and knock on the door. Full disclosure, I lived through it. So when I got to Florida, that's where I ended up, in Jacksonville, Florida. And I wanted to put my front tire into the ocean because I had started in Oregon and I put my back tires into the Pacific Ocean, and I wanted to put my front tire in the Atlantic Ocean. So I got to the coast, And there was a lady walking down the beach, and I said, would you take my picture? She says, what's the deal? She saw me putting writing into the ocean. And I said, well, I told her, I said, I've just gone 4,200 miles, and this is my very last day. I'll probably never get on a bike again. And she said, oh my God, you rode across the U.S.? She said, is CNN going to take your picture? I said, you know, a lot of people ride across the U.S., and that's no big fat deal. But I got to tell her I achieved my goal.
Wow.